Hello, Dino or Dino. Alright, I gotta be honest with all you. I am feeling a wee little bit tired. I guess I'm gonna try this brighter one. Hello, follower of Jesus and Grimace's dragons. I'm tired. That's how I am, Dino. Hello. No time. No time for what? Okay. Alright, I'm pinging the Discord. Hello! Hey! How are you doing, Victoria Pearson? What's up? Nice to see you here. It's the second one I said? I don't know what you mean by it's the second one you said, but let's get to it, everybody. I'm, my brain is not braining. I'm a little bit, it's before noon. I'm not used to operating before noon. Thank you for liking if you haven't done so. Tap the 3 dots on the right to like the stream, or exclamation point like will explain how to do it. Today, I'm doing some Star Wars Etch A Sketches. Ooh la la. May the 4th be with you, baby. Let's see if I can, like, really illuminate the heck out of this. That's too much. I gotta back it up. I think that's okay. Okay. One moment. No, I don't need help. I just need my brain to brain. What up, Brandon? Drop some happy birthdays in the chat for Brandon while I get calibrated. I've got a bunch of photos that I'm going to be etch-a-sketching today. Very stoked. I'm starting off with a good old-fashioned popular choice. Our main pal, Baby Yoda. I'm gonna put up a poll. Give me some Star Wars suggestions for what to etch-a-sketch next. Once we get to 10 likes, we're at 5 likes, I'll put up a poll. You can all collectively vote on what I should etch-a-sketch. Oh my. Hello, Alora. It's probably a reasonable hour for you for once. Honored to have you on this before noon stream. My brain is fried. Your brain isn't braining either? Oh no, a sinus infection. I'm sorry to hear. Grimace was the first like. We gotta follow in Grimace's footsteps. Alright, here we go. Star Wars stream, baby. I found a YouTube video that is playing ambient Star Wars-esque sounds. I fully expect this video will not get monetized because of it. It's probably gonna be like, as soon as this video publishes, it'll be like, yo, copyright claim, what are you doing? And I'll be like, valid. That's okay. Alright, we're working on Baby Yoda. To anyone joining in, if we get to 10 likes, I'll start up that poll, and it's gotta be Star Wars suggestions. So, that's the rule. May the 4th be with you. Anyone doing any type of, we're making Baby Yoda, Brandon. Etch is bae. You're gonna get the pinned comment, the first pinned comment of the stream. Good job. Etch is bae. Aware of myself said it themselves. I don't actually have a pig for that, Michael. You think I would have. Ooh, Mando. We're at 11 likes. Okay, now's the time to leave the suggestions. Let me go into my own stream and add that poll. Okay, here we go. Creating a poll. We have a 5-hour rehearsal. My goodness. So, let me know what I should etch-a-sketch next, everybody. It's gotta be Star Wars. It's gotta be Star Wars. Welcome to everyone joining in. And if you're, if you're 13 or younger, drop a heart in the chat. Okay, I'm reading some of the comments. I need Star Wars suggestions, everybody. If you're not giving me Star Wars, I'm gonna ignore them. Can we, it is Star Wars themed, yes. Dark Vader? Okay. To the moderators, if you could add the words Skibbity and Ohio to the filtered word list, you'd be doing me a real solid. Ooh, the Death Star. Okay, so it's what Star Wars stream. What to etch next? Okay. We've got. Okay, so we've got. Well, I'm doing Baby Yoda right now. I'm doing Grogu. Okay, I'm reading some of the. I made your day. Ah, my pleasure. Aware. Okay, we've got Kylo Ren. Oh, that's a fun one. Okay, so the Death Star. Welcome to everyone joining in. We're going to be doing some Star Wars renditions today, so let's do Kylo Ren. That's a fun choice. Keep those comments rolling in. Darth Maul. Yeah, if we get rid of Skibbity in Ohio, I think that's really going to open the doors, you know? And we need one more request from the chat. One more Star Wars request. Give me something Star Wars related. Welcome to everyone joining in. We are doing Star Wars requests. Anakin. There we go. Anakin Skywalker. A lot of people. That's pretty cool. Okay, get those votes in while I work on Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda, Baby Yoda, Baby Yoda. And tell me your favorite Star Wars memory or your favorite Star Wars movie. My favorite Star Wars memory was on one of my very first dates with Kyle after he and I got back together. They were having a Star Wars costume exhibit at the Denver Art Museum. And we went to see it, and I got to see Queen Amidala's costume in person, and it was gorgeous. And it was really cool because it was like a combination of things that both my boyfriend and I really liked, you know? Which made it like extra special. I'm gonna zoom in a lot. I wanna like get up in there. Let's see, maybe that's too up in there. Okay, that's a little bit better. Something like that. What if I'm just like aggressively, I'm just more on it. You can really see when I'm zoomed in like this. Denver is pretty, I agree. To my moderators, you're working overtime again, doing the Lord's work. Apparently Saturday morning is a popular time for certain what have you, for a certain demographic to be active. We're going to keep working on Grogu. Yeah, whatever. You found Betamax in the original 2 movies. That's how we'll do it. That's awesome. I once accidentally bought 2 Betamax tapes at a thrift store when I was a kid because I didn't know they were different than VHS. I could tell the size was a little different, but I didn't realize they were like a whole different ordeal. So I'm old enough to have accidentally found Betamax at the thrift store, but not old enough to have used Betamax. What you Etch A Sketch in? I want the kind of people who remember Betamax to be the kind of people that join my stream, though, because that, in my opinion, makes for compelling conversation. I'm Etch A Sketching Baby Yoda. Thank you, Dino, for letting people know. I'm Etch A Sketching Baby Yoda. We're gonna work on this eyeball. There we go. I feel like everybody was calling it the child at first, and then it didn't matter because everyone's like, no, its name is Baby Yoda. Get it right. There we go. I am starting to get hungry. My tummy's making the rumblies that only breakfast will satisfy. What a positive twist to that phrase. You remember Betamax 2, Brandon? Well, I hope to have you back in my stream. Rose, you said you're my age. You've never been lucky enough to find a Betamax tape IRL. Rose, when I found the Betamax tape IRL, I did not feel lucky because I was out like $3. And that's the equivalent of like $700 in, 7-year-old money. Probably took me like 7 paychecks to save up that $3 that I foolishly blew it on a Betamax. I didn't even know what I was doing. It was honestly heartbreaking. Truly, truly heartbreaking. Hello, Liam. Betamax real quiet since Alpha Chad showed up. I mean, you're not wrong. I'm delighted to be, I gotta say, I don't normally do streams before noon, but I gotta say that I'm delighted that in doing this stream, We're talking about Betamax. That's pretty great. Used to be a support worker for adults with learning disabilities and support a man who loves Yoda but always calls him the old green man. That's amazing. I love that. Thank you, Chick. And thank you, Brandon, for subscribing. I actually have a video about Queen Amidala. If you search, I think if you just search Queen Amidala Etch A Sketch on YouTube, I think you'll find it. That's the cool thing about this platform is you can just kind of like, you know, link videos and it's like actually SEO friendly. Like every other app is terrified that you're going to be able to search for your content. But YouTube, they got the memo. YouTube's like, we want people to actually be able to find the videos they want to see. We don't want them to scroll through their favorites for 20 years in the hopes that they recognize the thumbnail of the video they saved 3 months ago. She was perfect, Brandon. I totally agree there. She was so pretty. She's just so pretty. I freaking love Queen Amidala's dress. It's so pretty. I made a whole video about, and I reposted it today since, you know, today's the day. I think the eyes are actually not big enough, which is kind of crazy to say. But, yeah, I made a whole video in the past about how much I love Queen Amidala's dress. It's just so freaking pretty, man. It's so pretty. I'm gonna drink a little water. Make sure to hydrate or dehydrate, everybody. Gotta hydrate. What's up, Evelyn? Kind of looks like a gremlin. It does. We got 2 Brandons. This is true. May the 4th be you as well, Avery and Moxie. They were crazy hairstyles. They were immaculate. So freaking cool. Alright, we're coming this way. Oh, and then I've talked about my other favorite Star Wars memory, which was that I had a canceled flight at the Denver International Airport. And because of it, I had to, you guys are getting morning etching from me, and this is a unique experience, just looking at what's, like, coming out of the screen. Yeah, I had a canceled flight at the Denver International Airport. They rescheduled my flight for the 4th of May, and so I went to the airport, and it was Star Wars Day there, and they were going all out. They were playing the Imperial Death March on the intercom system, like, throughout the entire airport. They had photo ops with stormtroopers and professional quality backdrops. This was, like, an officially mandated, you know, endorsed by Disney Star Wars Day experience. It was incredible. I mean, these cosplayers they had were, like, legitimate professional quality. They weren't like Spirit Halloween costumes, and it was freaking cool. And they had like one of those boards with all the Star Wars destinations for departures and stuff. It was so cool. It was so cool. Sorry to anyone whose comments I'm not reading in the moment. Yeah, if you want to know how my lovely moderator just pinged, I've been doing this for a gajillion years. And we have finished Baby Yoda. Let's see, I'm going to take another one from the Discord as for request. By the way, if you haven't joined the Discord, Discord will pull up the invite link to that. A second. There we go. Got rid of MW. Where did I start? I started with this eyeball. I can confirm that for sure. I definitely started with that eyeball. Okay, so we're going to be doing another Etch A Sketch drawing. But first, okay, let me see here. I'm going to grab another picture. We're going to do this one. These pictures, I think that Discord will suck the, like, pixels out of a picture. I think this one's fine. What was what? I don't know. Okay, I'm grabbing another Etch A Sketch. Do I have a free one over here? I kind of don't. Let me grab another one. Where's another one? Alright, one moment, everybody. Cassie, funny you say that. I've actually been on Good Mythical Morning. It's very funny you say that. If you look up Good Mythical Morning Etch A Sketch, that's my art that you see. That is so funny you say that, Cassie. It's true, though. I need to make a ping for Good Mythical Morning. Can someone, can a moderator remind me to do that while I grab an Etch A Sketch? I think, okay. Yeah, I'll be right back. One moment. I just know a lot of the Etch A Sketches in my office don't work well. Like, they're too thick lines. Oh, you saw that? You saw it, it was great. Okay, yeah, that was me then. Good. A lot of people are probably seeing. Normally I'm not awake yet. My brain has not brained. How did the Good Mythical Morning thing happen? I got a random email from them, and we just kind of proceeded. Do I keep an emergency Etch A Sketch on me at all times? You think I would, but normally my purse is just filled with a bunch of stuff, so I don't normally. Alright, so this Etch A Sketch, we'll see. I don't think it's going to be very well functioning. See how fuzzy the line is already? Like, compare this one to that one down there, you know? They saw it. Yeah, I think they found me on Clock app. I'm gonna say it because I don't want to, like, inadvertently, like, get my own stream, limited. Alright. Yeah, these lines be fuzzing. 1 second. Yes, I do have a world's smallest Etch A Sketch, yeah. Oh, thank you, Cassie. I appreciate that very much. Very, very much. Sorry, I think I mentioned this before, and I know this is kind of like, why would you mention this thing, but a while back I got a cold in April, at like the beginning of April, and it lasted like 10 days. It was a really bad cold. Well, in the middle of the cold, my body just like broke out in these like crazy hives, but it was on my legs, and I am still, I kid you not, it's been like over a week of me using this crazy like ointment steroid cream stuff. It's been over a week, and I still have this itching, man. And my doctor said it was a dermatitis. I just got this like random, and they're just like splotches, but they're not just splotches. They're like bumps all over my freaking legs. Both of them. And, oh, look at how horrifically thick that line is, everybody. That is bad. That is like, this Etch A Sketch is going to be decommissioned because it's just too, the quality just isn't there. Now, for the general public, this is probably a sufficient Etch A Sketching experience, but for me, like, this is untenable. I knew better than to grab this Etch A Sketch. I did like one test line and I was like, this isn't working. Like, I couldn't do a commission on this Etch A Sketch. It's just too fuzzy. Which means that it's kind of a useless canvas to me, which is super unfortunate. I don't know what happens with them. I think that something happens with the moisture inside. This is the way. May the 4th be with you as well, John. Yeah, it's a histamine reaction. So, I don't know. Maybe I should start trying to take some Benadryl to see. Yeah, it's still existent, though. And so, yeah, I was prescribed this, like, basically steroid cream that I'm supposed to use twice a day. So, like, also, on top of that, my legs are still itchy. I try to, like, not scratch them. But when I do, then I get, like, steroid cream all over my hands. So it's, like, insult to injury that I gotta, like, you know, I gotta, like, resist because I don't want to, like, gunk up my fingernails with. This is so weird to talk about. I probably shouldn't be talking about this, but I've been dealing with it for, like, weeks now, and it just hasn't really let up. I think it looks better than it used to, so I think that it's working, but... Oh my goodness, Avalon? Oh, yeah. Yeah, isn't that crazy? They're actually painted. What is the Hatman? Yeah. Let's get rid of Rock. Rock, you're gonna get a special message that I share for people who do exactly what you're doing. Alright, Rock? This one's for you. You're getting the attention you've been desiring this whole stream. Here you go. Rock. There we go. We're trying to make this a safe space for people who don't like spamming. This stream is a safe space for people who want chill vibes in the chat and none of that skibbity yacht crap. Listen to me being misanthropic toward children. This is what happens when it's before noon and I host a live stream. I just put it all out there. I talk about my freaking rashes and my disdain toward yachts. Nydia, if you want me to say something for you like a parrot, you can pay for it. You can send a super chat and I'll read what the super chat says. How about that? I'll be your parrot for a price, baby. Okay. Derek's spamming too. Derek, you better stop spamming. I thought we got rid of skibbity. Can a moderator get rid of the word skibbity? Yeah. What's up, Alora? I see you're here. I think my tolerance toward, like, children whose predominant personality trait is, I want to be annoying. My tolerance has incredibly waned over the last 3 years. It's just not there anymore, you know? And so I just realized, you know what? By abetting and tolerating it, I'm making my community worse. So let's do everyone a favor and try to curate the kind of people that I think are super cool and neat and nifty and want to talk about Betamax tapes, you know? Spamming is when you copy paste the same message. No, Michael, no. What have you done? I'm gonna screenshot that. That's really funny. Skibbity Ohio Riz Sigma Yacht. I'm okay with Riz, I guess. I don't know why Riz is okay. Riz passes the vibe check for me. The Hatman is a widely reported phenomenon amongst people who suffer from sleep paralysis or who use Benadryl. People reports seeing a shadowy figure wearing a hat standing over them while they sleep. Wait. Oh my god, aware of myself. I have a story to tell you. This is freaking me out. Okay. Wait. Riz is dead now at this stage? That's okay, RB. I don't mind being dead. That's so freaking me. I have a story to tell you. This is freaking me out. Okay. Once upon a time, I'm telling you a ghost story. Okay. This is so weird. Whew. Okay, so when I was in college, I think I was had a really weird sleep schedule. I don't know if I took Benadryl. I don't think that Benadryl was involved, but maybe it was. One day I was living in the basement of my stepdad's house the summer before I started college, and I had to move to my stepdad's place. It was a whole ordeal. But I was living in the basement. One of my walls was straight up a freaking curtain, like they put up bed sheets to make a wall for me. It sucked, but I was hanging out in the basement. I was using my brand new laptop. It's the first time I ever had access to the internet on my own personal device. And I look over and there is a man. There is the shadow of a man wearing a very specific bowler hat. Like, not just any hat, not like a cap or anything, but it was like a bowler hat, like that, you know? I'm going to finish the story before I read the chat. I do apologize if I'm missing a lot, but I'll scroll back. And it was weird and it was freaking me out. And I was trying to replicate it. I was trying to recreate that person. And I called my stepbrother over. I'm like, hey, do you see this? And they weren't listening. So I just kind of wrote it off as that. I didn't think much of it, but it kind of freaked me out. It gave me the creepy, gave me the heebie-jeebies. So, all right, this is where the story gets a lot weirder. So the following day, my mom takes me to Target and we go shopping for stuff for my dorm. Okay, so I'm gonna add details to this while I'm talking about the story because I don't want to distract myself from finishing it. So she took me shopping to Target, And we're at Target, and she pulls me aside out of nowhere. She just puts, this is where it's creepy. She puts a hat upon my head. And look at how thick that line is up there. Oh my God. She places a hat upon my head. And I kid you guys not, it was the same hat as the shadow that I saw the night before. Like the same hat. And it freaked me out. And I'm like, Mom, why did you do that? And she goes, oh, it's just like a hat your dad used to have. Now, my dad died when I was like 9. And so it always, you know, anytime I tell a ghost story, that's the one I have. And it might just be a hat man. I've never heard of the hat man phenomenon before. But that is like an absolutely 100% true to my life story that I might have experienced a hat man. You know, it wasn't sleep paralysis. That wasn't what it was for me. But whatever the heck it was freaky deaky, man. And a lot of people are like, oh, is your dad visiting you before your next chapter of life? Maybe it was a hat man. I don't know. Your comment has me questioning everything I've ever known. I kid you not. Yeah. That's a synchronicity. Yeah, it was it's one of the craziest things that's ever happened in my life. It was so weird. It was like it was the very next day. My mom puts this out. And I've had another synchronicity like that too. Okay, I apologize because I'm missing a lot of the chat, but I'm going to tell you this other story that was another freaky deaky synchronicity. And it was related to sleep paralysis. Aware of myself, you're freaking me out. Okay, this story is crazy. So once upon a time, the only time in my life I had sleep paralysis, I was around 14 years old. I had a nightmare. I woke up from my nightmare. I couldn't open my eyes. I could hear my clock ticking. I think it was sleep paralysis, but what it was I was terrified to move. I could not move a muscle in my body, but I was awake. And I was stuck awake in my bed, too scared to even open my eyes. Like, there was this terror that had gripped me like I'd never experienced before. And I was stuck in my body as though I was just stuck between slumber and awake. And I just heard the clock ticking. And it took me, I don't know how long, because I heard that clock ticking. Kyle, I'm telling a scary story. Do not sneak up on me. Oh my God. Hi.
Hey.
How are you doing, Kyle?
I thought you were talking on the phone.
I am not talking on the phone. I'm telling a scary story, and Kyle just snuck up on me. Oh my God. Oh my God. There are goosebumps on my arm. Oh my God. Oh, they've went away now, but
there's no goosebumps.
They're straight up. No, look at them. Look at them. Look at them.
Okay, there's faint goosebumps.
There are faint goosebumps. He gave me freaking goosebumps. Oh my gosh. Oh,
why are you telling a scary story? It's May the 4th be with you.
Because Aware of Myself started this. They brought up Hatman, and I didn't know Hatman was a phenomenon, and it explained a previous creepy pasta thing that happened to me. Apparently, Hatman's a thing that can happen, like where you see like the shadow of a figure with a hat. That happened to me once.
Oh, okay.
And so I told the story about that, but now I'm telling the other one about sleep paralysis. So, all right, I'm finishing the story. I'm sorry, Kyle. I have to finish the story.
That's okay. Maybe the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you as well, Kyle.
I accidentally said maybe the 4th with you.
You did. You said maybe the 4th be.
May the 4th be with you.
He'd had a bird in the bush moment.
I'm tired.
He is tired. Yeah, see, it's before noon. We don't know how to function.
No, it's because I worked out. I was awake.
No, it's because he's tired. He doesn't know how to function. No, it's because he's tired. All right, I'm finishing the story. Kyle scared the bejesus out of me, everybody.
I loudly came up the stairs.
I did not hear it. I've got Star Wars ambient music piping right into my ears, Kyle. I am very jumpy, everybody. Okay, I have to finish the sleep paralysis story, though, okay? I'll read the chat in a moment. I promise I'm going to scroll back up and catch up with what everyone's saying. So, okay, so after that happened, I finally, after a long period of time, I'm stuck in mid-slumber, mid-awake, terrified to open my eyes. Finally, I gain the courage to open my eyes. It took, I cannot believe, I will never forget how scared I was to do it. And I finally opened my eyes, and after that, it was like that scene in I realized my phone's not on Do Not Disturb. It was like that scene in not Pulp Fiction, Kill Bill, where it's like wiggle your big toe. I had to gain the courage to like snap my body out of fear. And I finally was able to move a muscle. I was finally able to move a muscle. And thank you, Jenna. And once I was able to move a muscle, it's like I was able to like snap out of it. Like I just like came out of the curse or something. And I checked my clock and I started crying. I was just bawling my eyes out because it was such a freaky experience. And I went and I woke up my mom. I was 14 years old and I had to wake up my mommy and go cry. And she woke up, and then the following morning, she's like, I had a dream. Now, she worked at a nursing home. She said, I had a dream about one of my patients. And she goes into work that morning, and that patient had died in the middle of the night. So there's another spooky dooky one for you. Yeah, that's the end of that story. My mom, I kid you not, my mom was known as the angel of death at work because there were at least like 6 or 7 patients who she was the last one to clean their room before they passed away. So, yeah. So that's my one sleep paralysis story. So when you said synchronicity aware, I was like, I have a weird synchronicity-esque story. Now, and I gotta tell you all, I'm not even a person for whom I entertain. I don't do tarot. I don't do Ouija boards. I don't look for or mess with the occult. You know, I don't mess with that. I've had freaky deaky things happen when I was a kid. We had a weird house. We got it blessed by a priest. It was a whole ordeal. I try to be like realistic about things in the world, but like every now and then something spooky happens, you know? Something spooky. So those are my two like stories that I think are the most related to what we've been talking about today. Let me check in with the chat. I kind of like this background. This is kind of neat. Okay, let's take a look at the chat. I'm going to catch up. Joe Mama is one of my moderators. Okay. Yeah, apparently I've seen the Hatman. Yoda does look uncomfortable. Yeah, I try, even trying to be as like, no, ghosts, they can't be. I still have had weird stuff, you know? So like, I can't say that ghosts and stuff and like paranormal things don't happen, because I've had weird things. I like your message, Michael. Happy Cinco de Cuatro. You're gonna get the new pinned message. Okay. Yoda's seen the Hatman all. Okay, I'm catching up with the chat. And thank you, Aware of Myself. Yeah, I wish I had a whole... Well, actually, I'm grateful I only have 2 stories. I'm grateful there's only 2. Because if there were more than 2, I'd probably be scarred for life, man. Yeah. Josiah or Hosea? I relate. I relate. All right, everybody. We got to make a decision on which one's got to go. Fuzzy, oh my gosh, Boba Fett? That's Boba Fett. Is that Boba Fett or Mandalorian? Okay, fuzzy top drawing. You know, I'm showing my lack of nerd out here. Or, we gotta decide which one's gotta get erased. So let me zoom out a wee little bit to give you guys a proper opportunity to look at both. If I hold them like this, I can kind of make them both focus. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna see which one is going to be... By the way, like the stream if you haven't yet. Exclamation point like will teach you how. Looks like we're doing the Death Star. That's cool. Okay, so while I pull up a pic of the Death Star, you guys are gonna vote for which one's gotta get erased. Which one to erase? Top or bottom? Excuse me. While you get those votes in, the Death Star is a very cool one. I'm gonna look up pics of the Death Star. Let's see here. I found a cool pic. Honestly, if I get, like, that could be the goal for the stream. If we hit, like, $30 in super chat donations, we're at $5 right now. If we get to 30, I'll bust out the Doodle Dome and do the Death Star on the Doodle Dome. Oh, love it, Brandon. All right, Erase said Baby Yoda, he's seen some stuff. Yeah, he was prepared for today's stream. Thank you, Brandon, for the $5 super chat. Brandon made the ultimate choice here, but Brandon also made a choice of the people. Thank you, Brandon. We are $20 away from unlocking a Doodle Dome Death Star. I figured that would be very apropos, but we're going to do an Etch A Sketch Death Star first, and it'll be really good to use it on this one. So, erasing Baby Yoda in 3, 2, this is true, Grogu does lack shading. 1. Thank you for the support. Okay. Eventually, at probably around, how long has the stream been going? Let me hit the live button. We've been going for 36 minutes. Okay, I'm probably gonna do around an hour. Oh, Flash dropping $5. We are 15 away. Thank you so much, Flash. We are 15 away from unlocking a Boba Fett's green and red. So this one is this like Mandalore? It's a Boba Fett-esque person. Okay, we'll stay zoomed out for a little bit. Yeah, Doodle Dome Death Star does sound epic. I feel like that would be really apropos to share today. Okay, but we're gonna do Death Star on this Etch A Sketch. Thank you, Jenna. No worries, Andy. B and Coco, if you're my biggest fan, I'm gonna think of an esoteric question. What would be a good Princess Etch quiz question? I'm trying to think for a moment. Which movie did my art appear in? Bam! My biggest fan. I don't know why I always want to knee-jerk challenge when someone says that. I think, yeah, okay. I think it's because anyone who tells me they're my biggest fan, I don't ever see them commenting on my videos or joining my streams or like being in my Discord. Oh! There's a biggest fan. Thank you, Joe Mama, for unlocking the Doodle Dome Death Star. That is going to be freaking cool. I don't mean to be antagonistic toward people who say I'm your biggest fan. It's always the people. It's always the people that I've never like seen interact with any of my posts that just surprise me when they say that. And I think there's a lot to unpack there in my response to it. All right, we're gonna work on the Death Star though. We're working on the Death Star. The Death Star. And then we're gonna do it on the Doodle Dome next. That's gonna be so cool. Thank you, Joe Mama, for unlocking the experience. Thank you, B. You think Transformers is the answer? Yeah, Alora, can a moderator put that on the bingo card? Like, I need to write, 1 second, I'm putting that down. Bingo card. We see that one from time to time. It kind of cracks me up. Hey, you're correct, Brandon. It is on Netflix. It's a Netflix movie. I totally understand a lot of people don't necessarily fully remember like everything I've ever done. That's okay. But I do think my biggest fan would remember, and I think that's a fair thing. You can be a big fan, but the biggest fan would know the name. Flash knows? There we go! Wanda from the Avengers. Alright, that's cool. And Michael knows too. Yeah, I shouldn't go in with that level of antagonism, but I think to me, okay, this is a pet peeve of mine, everybody. A pet peeve of mine is when people chum up to me and act like we're a lot closer than we really are. Like, I've had people in my life who will tell people, like, oh yeah, we're like best friends. And it's like, my dude, we are extremely not best friends. Do not tell the world that we are best friends, because, like, you're just trying to, like, I don't know, you're trying to project onto the world that you're, like, closer to me than you really are. And I think it stems from the fact that when I was, like, a child, I felt like I had no friends. And so when I feel like people are, like, trying to pretend like they're, like, super close with me and have this, like, projected, I don't even know how to put it, but like a projected type of like intimacy with me, it really like grinds my gears. Cause it's like, oh, you wouldn't have been there for me when no one liked me. You're just here for me when I'm like a fair weather person that seems like on paper interesting to you. You're like telling people that you're close with me, but you don't even know who I am. And so when I get, yeah, me and Princess Etch are best friends. Brandon knows me well enough to know my two middle names, but like, so I think I just get really grated by like people who claim to be closer to me than they really are. Like it just like bristles me, in a way that I think like it probably bristles me more than most people might be sensitive to. And I've had people who are like, or people who like act like they're experts on me, and I'll just be like, with no due respect, I don't even know who you are. Now, biggest fan, it's not nearly as egregious to say that, but the only people who ever say that, the only people, I feel like there is a certain level of audacity to say that. Like, I don't think I could say I'm the biggest fan of anybody, and I'm a big fan of certain people. I've seen, like, you know, I'm a huge fan of Julie Andrews. I would never say I'm her biggest fan. I know there are fanatics out there who are way more fanatical than me. I just take the level of, like, honest, sincere intimacy, like, way more seriously than I probably should. There's songs that I think I've listened to more than anyone else in the world. I could say that. I'm the biggest fan of this one song released by a band called Woog Riots. I've played it so many times. It's a song they made as a promotional commercial for a gallery show that they were going to be performing at in New York like a decade ago. And I've played it on repeat so many times, and I don't think anyone else in the world has listened to it as much as me. So that's one of the only things I can think of being the biggest fan of. I am in Ripley's Just That Little Rat. I am. I loved that, Alora. You're my biggest fan. That was one of my favorite comments I've gotten on YouTube. I hope I pinned it. I hope I screenshot that. That cracked me up. That one made me really happy. Thank you, Joel. Yeah, I think it's totally fine to like, oh, thank you. Thank you for saying I slay. I always appreciate when people tell me they're a fan. You can say I'm a really big fan. Something specifically about biggest fan. First off, it makes me think of the Lady Gaga song Paparazzi, which is great. And I don't think anyone's gonna go to those lengths to be my biggest fan, you know? And I wouldn't want them to. Let me clarify that. I'm not looking to make someone my biggest fan. All right, I think we're done with this Death Star, and it's time to doodle dome it, baby! This is the way. Moneybag, I think that you are not even looking at what's on the stream unless you talk about this one. Is this one hot? Woo! Paparazzi. You know what? There's one person that I claimed was my biggest fan. It was my stepdad, Cliff. Maybe this is like, you might have just like, you actually might have brought something up, Robert. I'll share with you guys a photo. This was not what I was expecting to share today, but we're getting oddly intimate on the Princess Etch stream. I'm gonna show you who my biggest fan was, okay? You wanna know my biggest fan? I'll show you. I just need a moment to pull it up. I know I've got it in here. 1 second. I've got more than 44 photos. One second, everybody. I'm doing a little searching. Man, that's a shame. I was looking for the post. There's a very specific post. Nightbot is very helpful on my streams. Okay, let's see if I can find it. Dagnabbit. I didn't mean to derail my stream, but I had a very relevant post. I'm gonna find it, everybody. I'm not gonna find it. It's not gonna happen. So sad. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. Yeah, it's not happening. All right. I was gonna say that my biggest fan is, it was my stepdad, Cliff. And, my stepdad, Cliff, it's like every time I talked to him, he would tell me a billion stories about how he told everybody about me, and I would get messages from people all the time who would, like, tell me that Cliff reached out to them and told them about my art and stuff. And every time I was in the company of Cliff and any other people, they would say, like, Cliff will not stop bragging about you. Like, it's like everybody I knew who knew Cliff knew that Cliff loved me and my art and was so proud of me. And he passed away in 2015, and it was completely unexpected, and it absolutely obliterated me when I found out. And he was my biggest fan. Like, he was an OG fan before I blew up on any social media platforms. I had plenty of people who were really big fans back then, but he was like the biggest, you know? He was the one that was like, he was my ride or die, knew everything about me and my work and what I did, and shared it with everyone in the world. And couldn't have asked for a better supporter. And so I think there is, like, this is just oddly personal, and why would anyone think this when they would say it? It's a very benign thing to say, but, like, when someone says, I'm your biggest fan, I'm like, you don't hold a candle to Cliff. Cliff was number one. Cliff was my top fan. How dare you even put yourself in the same bracket as Cliff? Like, Cliff's been there since day one, you know? Yeah. So I mean, I obviously take it way more personally than I should. I appreciate all my fans, but just saying you're my biggest fan, I'm calling cap, you know? I'm calling cap. Oh, I was older when my stepdad passed away. I was like 23. I was 23 when he passed away. Did I miss some messages from Andy? I'm glad you guys are taking care of the chat. So I aspire to be like Cliff. Cliff was great. The man, the Cliff, the legend. Truly. You're so sweet, Alora. Thank you. No, it really means a lot. It really means a lot. Now everyone's taking it as a challenge. Like, as though they think that a lifelong devotion and support can hold a candle to finding me randomly in a YouTube video one day. And I really appreciate everyone who supports me, though. I don't mean to say that, like, you're not a hashtag real fan, you know? It's just when people say it out of the blue randomly, it triggers a lot of thoughts in my mind, you know? Thank you, Tamisha. Yeah, we should just respond, sorry. Yeah, you're no Cliff. You're no Cliff. That should be the new... Yeah, sorry, but you ain't got nothing on Cliff. Let me grab an Etch A Sketch. We're gonna do the Death Star. I need to find a 3D Death Star to really properly understand how it works. So, 3D Death Star. I want to see if I can, like, rotate one. Yeah, hashtag fake fan. Heck yeah! Oh, it's like, oh, wow. Actually, it's like incredible resolution. This is fantastic, everybody. Check out this 3D model I just found. So I'm gonna work from this, oh, 1 second, I'll turn off the light for a moment. I'm gonna work from this 3D model that I can, like, actively rotate. Well, that is just freaking cool. I like that there's, like, a glowing light on it, too. That's really neat. So that's what we're gonna work with. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna grab my doodle dome. I'm gonna deconstruct my setup. Many apologies for only getting through 2 drawings. I hope you all have enjoyed the stories I've shared. I've definitely been surprising. This is what happens when you catch a Princess Edge stream before noon. Apparently she busts out all the hyper-personal stories about sleep paralysis and lost loved ones. Okay. We have our doodle dome right here. I have to clean it. That's the problem. All my doodle domes have been like, I'm gonna Windex it. We're gonna... It's dusty. I need to refill my Windex. We're just gonna... Oh, yeah. We're gonna spiff this bad boy up. Oh, it's so nice I can just rotate the dome. Look at all... That's gross. Alright. People used to give me doodle domes because they were worth nothing, and I think that my days of receiving random doodle domes are over because I inadvertently created a doodle dome economy where the value of a doodle dome is probably enough that people won't give them to me anymore. They'd rather just sell them for good money. I've thereby doomed myself to never receiving a doodle dome again for free. First time here? What up, Mad? That makes me happy. I'm glad you've been sticking around. Hey, Michael makes a great point. Yeah, you want to be a real fan, you gotta subscribe on YouTube. This is true. Okay, here we go. We have the doodle dome at the ready. I'm gonna kind of walk it back a little bit. This is called the Tycho Doodle Dome. If you want to learn more about what it is and why it is. Why is the Tycho Doodle Dome? This is a pretty good view. I feel like this angle is really good. Now there is a big ol' bright spot here, but if I turn it off, it actually looks better. Never mind. You see my pencil pillow here? You can kind of see me as well. I'm wearing pajamas. This is kind of spooky. Woo! I don't know why the angle is like so good today, but this is great. Wait. Baby girl says the only thing that matters to you is that. Is that what? Is Etch A Sketch? The only thing that matters to me is Etch A Sketch? For my channel, that's kind of the main point. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do a doodle dome Death Star. Now we must all ponder the orb. Replacing the pinned message. Do I play video games? I do! Exclamation point, fave video games to learn about my favorite video games. Alright, we gotta turn it on. Oh, this doodle dome works well. What the heck? This is like the best functioning doodle dome I've ever had. I have to shake and erase, so just a second, everybody. It is very awkward to erase a doodle dome, but it's worth it. Okay. Thank you, Milana. Okay, so I'm resting my elbows here. We're gonna do the easy part. Ooh, I'm sensing some tension. This doodle dome works well, everybody. This is nice! Alright, we're building the center. Oh, this video def getting demonetized. This song is like way too copyrighted. Girl, this is nice! Okay, a second. Okay, we're shading the center line of the doodle dome. Thank you, Milana. The left knob is harder to turn than the right. Are we gonna, oh yeah, look at the satisfaction. Ah, perfect. Okay. Now we're gonna draw the big ol' circle. This is gonna be really hard, actually. This might be my favorite Star Wars song. Which movie is this from? For sure, Joe Mama. Thank you, Milana, for subscribing. I'm actually gonna do shading first. That's what I should do. There we go. Is it? Page repeated. You know, there are probably some people. I bet doctors still use pagers. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little bit of shade in here. Actually, I'm gonna put lines through this. I've had people request the Death Star in the past on this, and I've always thought, I don't know how interesting it's gonna look. But we're gonna find out. Am I a Swiftie? I like the song Shake It Off. I know it's possibly because it's related to Etch A Sketch in my mind. I've listened to some, wait, okay, never mind. I thought that was a Taylor Swift song, but now I don't think it is. Did she do I Knew You Were Trouble When You Walked In? Is that Taylor Swift? Now I'm lying on the cold hard ground. What? Trouble, trouble, trouble. That's her? Yes! Okay, then I do like Taylor Swift. I've heard a lot of her stuff. I know I have. I haven't, I don't know. I haven't listened to everything she's done. I can definitely confirm that. If I ever won a ticket to, a Taylor Swift concert, I would be the person that would feel bad about it and not go and give it to someone else because someone else out there would want it a lot more than me. And I would just feel bad about being privy to the novelty that someone else would have wanted more than me. So that's the level of fan I am. I'm the level of fan where I'm like, I can't go to a Taylor Swift concert. I haven't earned the privilege. I haven't wanted it enough. Yeah. Thanks for joining in, Aware of Myself. You've inspired amazing conversation today. Alright. So now we're gonna shade. I should have made this circle bigger, shouldn't I? It's too late now. Okay, this is the cool thing about the Death Star. I could just draw lines. Oh, yeah. And I can just draw, big ol'... This is a really good use of the Doodle Dome, where I could just build out these, like, rectangular shapes like this. Like so. I feel like a printer right now. I gotta go from top to bottom. It's easier on the Doodle Dome for some reason. Thank you, Farida. Wow, Kanye made Taylor Swift. I feel like that is an intentionally hot take designed to rage bait. So, I don't even believe that you believe that. I think you're just saying that because you want to get a rise out of people. Which means that you don't think that you have anything more to offer than low-hanging fruit hot takes. Kyle's gonna be so stoked to see this. I'm excited to show him. I think he's gonna be super stoked. Yeah, Kanye who? Well, it worked. I am raged. I think I know what you mean, Frida, but it's really funny. You're like, I love the drawing up until now. Slay. But it almost sounds like, I loved the drawing until now. Now I hate it. I know that's probably not what you meant, but it's kind of funny to interpret it that way. We are just printing out a Death Star, baby. Maybe I'll show this in a video after the stream. She definitely a Swiftie girl. The mini Etch A Sketch on my necklace does work. Yep. Very funny. Cool. I try really hard to be humorous sometimes. Alright. I am kind of making up information, I'm gonna be honest with you. Any real, like, Death Star diehards are gonna look at this and be like, you put the Northwestern Hemisphere Command Center approximately 12 degrees more to the right than it should have been. And I will say, yep. Right you are, Harry. This is fun. I like doing these little spots here, though. I wonder if I turn off this light, if that's going to improve the... Oh my god! That's so much better. May the 4th be with you all. How do I tell Kyle to say those exact words when he sees it? I'm working on the Death Star. The Death Star is very... it's very... I gotta be honest. It looks very boring under most circumstances. It's just not, like, very exciting visually when rendered on a Doodle Dome. But we're gonna work with what we got. Okay, so this section here, it's like a bunch of... Alright, we got this. We got this. We're gonna come up here. We're just kind of filling in big old patches at this point. It's kind of like just drawing rectangles with lines, because I don't even have to do curves anymore. The Doodle Dome's doing it all for me. Thank you, Farida. Yeah, new curious viewers like, what is going on? Welcome to everybody. We're drawing the Death Star on a Doodle Dome. This is actually kind of a beginner drawing in a way, except the circle. The circle would be by far the hardest part. I already did the circle. So I'm just kind of, I'm making things up. I'm going to be real with you. Okay, so there's like a middle point that I'm not actually properly. All right, we're just going to bloop, 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 bloop. I'm a printer. Dan is the breaking news man. This is the Doodle Dome Death Star. El Chapo, unfortunately, if you check out my most recent YouTube video, you're gonna find out why that is not such an easy thing to do anymore. I've ruined the Doodle Dome economy. So we're gonna keep working on, there we go. Thank you. I got the Doodle Dome. I've had them for years. Make some CGI lasers. That would be great. Do we have any CGI experts in the chat? I might actually continue from this direction. Normally I don't work this way, but like I like that I started the precedent of the I know what I could do. Okay. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing here. Okay, so we're gonna come around this way. So there's like a little vertical rectangle here, and we're just gonna okay. Then we got a bunch of little baby sections. This is gonna be the Doodle Dome Death Star. We all need to ponder the orb. I should make a magic 8-ball drawing on this. That would be really cute. It'd be a simple one, too. And I could shake it and see what it tells me. And then it'll tell me nothing, because I just shook away the drawing. Alright, so then there's like... Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy my printer sound effects. And let's add another. I'm very much making up what's going on up here. I'm very much. It is a cool little nifty toy, though. I'll tell you what. All right. It's kind of hard to see the top. Let's. Okay. Thank you, Frida. Farida, sorry. Oh! Yeah, Brandon, I forgot I had that feature. I completely freaking forgot. That's so funny you say that. I should have been using it this whole time. You know, you get used to one thing and it's all you know? I completely forgot that I could lift the stylus. I just completely forgot to. Oh my gosh, I feel so silly. I just forgot I had that function. Bacon is expensive. Alright, here, I'll turn it off for a moment and then turn it back on. Oh man, this whole time! I could have been doing that! Oh my gosh. I could have been actually making it like a movie accurate Death Star. I just completely forgot. Yeah, so it's movie accurate. I just completely forgot. You want to see something crazy? I could actually use this with just one knob, because I can do this. I could just, like, hold it like this, and then only use one knob. If I wanted to. Like, I could go real... It's a little harder for me to do it this way. But it's possible. Isn't that crazy? This is the Doodle Dome, baby. Yeah. Man, this whole freaking time I could have been doing that. That's cheating. Alright. Ah, here we go. I am absolutely making up shapes at this point. I am just going off the grid. I'm just doing what feels right, you know? Isn't that cray? Welcome to everyone joining in. Yes, I am Queen of NASA. I am Etch A Sketching a Doodle Dome Death Star. For today is Star Wars Day. And I'll have to post a video of it so people can see. It's so sad because my Doodle Dome videos are doing like really well. But it's like, no one can buy it anymore. It's so sad. There we go. It looks awesome. Thank you, Queen of NASA. Have I ever been to space, Tracy? I have not. Would you believe me if I said yes? I feel like everyone would know. Yeah, Donna, I agree. Alright, and now I'm gonna put the stylus back up, travel over here. We're gonna make more details. Ooh, this one's gonna be fun. This one's gonna look like Utah. And you're gonna be like, what the heck do you mean by that, Princess Edge? You're gonna see. This one is shaped like this. What? It's a Utah, baby. What's up, Toby? We are Etch A Sketching a Death Star. On the Doodle Dome. I guess we're doodle doming? We're doodling? I'm gonna kind of get fancy with this one. I'm gonna do like irregular crisscrosses. Thanks for subbing. This is neat. Thank you, Turk. If you guys are enjoying this, could you do me a solid and exclamation point like the stream? You can do so with the 3 dots on the right, or by, or you can do it by, hold it long pressing with your finger and stuff. There's ways. There are ways, my friends. I feel so silly that for the first, like, half of this drawing, I wasn't using the stylus turned off. Habits, man. Old habits die hard. There we go. All 50 states doodled up. That'd be trippy. I sound sick. I'm not awake yet. What you're hearing is my voice has not activated yet. You're getting groggy, Etch. I'm not sick though. I'm just tired. I'm just tired, everybody. Ain't no way to get one. I'm on the big Etch paper. If only I was profiting from this. I actually charged way less than current market value for my 2 remaining Doodle Domes, which I'm gonna hold hostage for a little while. I hope the people who ordered them don't mind. I'm gonna hold the second one hostage for a long time. So Flash, if you're okay with that, since I gotta do your other renditions, we talked about it. Yeah, I gotta mail out the other one. So I'm gonna mail out the other one soon. I do not, I mean, I dabble in piano, but I mean, dabble is like a very loose term, you know? There's one live stream where I played piano, and if you were there for the stream, then you got to experience the joy and the wonder of my piano playing, but if you weren't there for Tipsy Sipsy Volume 1, I don't know what to tell you. I've thought about making live goals, like, uploading archived old streams exclusively to, like, Nobility. Would anyone be interested in that? Because they would be unfiltered. There would be, like, no... There would be no editing. I would just chuck the original Tipsy Sipsy, like, right on YouTube, but it would be private mode. Yeah, I'd have to think about that being a live goal. And I think I have Tipsy Sipsy Volume 2 as well. You're gonna play 2 instruments at your next concert? That's cool. Thank you, Donna. The full Tipsy Sipsy is not already on YouTube. Only the edit. I'm talking the 4-hour stream. The full 4 hours, where, like, the last 2 hours I'm just sobbing. Like, if you want to witness me just being an absolute emotional wreck for a significant period of time, like, highly recommend. That is on my list as well. I decided that I have to do Doug Doodle Dome, owner of the Dimsdale Doodle Dome. That one is on the list. I gotta make a hat for it though. That's the plan, is I'm gonna make a giant, like, paper hat. It's a big project in the works. I think it's gonna go really well, though. I think people are really gonna love it. Alright, we're finally rounding the bend soon. We're finally coming around the mountain when she comes. Thank you, by the way, to everybody who liked the stream. I think, remember when we got a big surge there? There's something about streaming on YouTube where it, like, rewards you once you hit the 1 hour mark. Like, it just arbitrarily rewards you, and I think that's what happened, because it means we probably hit the 1 hour mark. I'm drawing the Death Star. Welcome to everyone joining in. What I need to do is I need to draw, or I need to, like, hook up, like, a center line thing, so I could always know, theoretically, where vertically the the line is. I just realized that this is definitely not accurate because there's actually supposed to be another bank of, like, shapy doos. Alright. Hey, I'm not your parrot. I say what I want. If you want to join a live stream where someone says what you want, then you can find another live stream. I'm here to draw on an Etch A Sketch and hang out with all of you. And if that's not what you're interested in, then skedaddle. I'm not here to just be your Simon Says. I hate it when people join my live stream and they're like, hello, 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 say it back, say my name, hello, hello. I'm not a parrot, I'm not a robot. Stop treating me in a weird, like, I don't know, I'm not your puppet that you can control just by shouting commands at me. I'm a human being. Just because I'm a live streamer doesn't mean that you can, like, scream random demands at me. And I love all the people who are self-reporting. Thank you, moderators, for just kicking a bunch of people. I don't understand. I don't know. There's, like, something kind of, like, vaguely dehumanizing in a way about the way that people, like, try to talk to live streamers. Not all people, of course, but, like, a lot of people, they're just, like, they just join a stream and they act like I'm not a human being. They act like I'm just some program that's designed to, like, accept input commands. I don't appreciate it. Oh, I know, El Chapo. Watch my most recent YouTube video. Go to my YouTube shorts. I talk about it immensely. I'm fully aware that they're out of stock on Doodle Domes. It's my fault. I didn't mean for it to be my fault, but this is the world we live in, and I'm apologetic for it. Hey, I turned it off and it's still making a line. Did you see that? Okay, we're back on this track. I need to check on... Okay, so now we're gonna go up here. I feel bad, but that is unfortunately what happened. Yeah! Yeah, no one would talk to someone like that in real life. No one would, like... It's another classic case of, like, if you wouldn't do it in real life, then don't do it on a live stream, you know? I feel like it's not a crazy thing to ask. I understand that it's a different form of communication than, like, other places, but... Oh my god, is it already 12:30? I realize that we have plans in a little bit, so I gotta move quickly on this. Oh god. This is taking me way longer than I thought it would. Yeah! Yeah, I'm just a person, Sarah. I'm just a person. I just want to be treated like a person. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for special treatment. I'm just asking for, like, people to just be chill. I don't know. Yeah, demanding from anyone is strange. I think the only time, and I've mentioned this before, the only time that I really, like... Oh, proxy, that's so unfortunate. Man, people are messed up. People are concerning. Man, I should not have started this project realizing we have a plan at 2 p.m. This sucks. I haven't had food yet today. I was gonna have breakfast and now I'm gonna have to skip to lunch maybe. I really want breakfast too. I'm so hungry. I'm gonna finish this. I'm determined now, but we're only like halfway done. I think the bottom, I'm gonna phone it in a bit. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm putting like more heart and soul into this than... You know what? I'm glad I'm putting heart and soul into this. It's for Bran Stews' birthday, baby. Happy birthday, Bran Stews. Drop some birthday emojis in the chat for Bran, please. My favorite book is 1984, Sophia. I am, Brandon. Jar Jar was a Sith Lord. It's true! Jar Jar was gonna rock our world, but the world wasn't ready for him. I sound like I've never done anything bad in my life. I'm not sure if you're saying that positively or negatively. I don't know how to take that. It's not true, though. I've done plenty of bad things in my life. Don't believe what the world says. I'm a monster. There we go. We're back on track, baby. Okay, so we're coming back around this way. I didn't like that I started counterclockwise, but here we are. Going far to save all that we love. Name that cartoon. We're coming around this way again. Okay, so we've got like a tiny one, well, a little skinnier one here. This is called the Doodle Dome. Don't believe the lies. I started when I was 4, and I never stopped. I am 32 now. Over the hill in internet years. I've seen it all. There we go. And just whoop. Hey! Hey! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. It drew a line when it wasn't supposed to. That's okay. So this one's like a skinny one. It's turning out really cool looking, though, I gotta say. It is a very long time. We still young. It's true, El Chapo. 29 years, yeah. Heck yeah. I love knowing we got some, See, I'm turning it off and it's not working anymore. And then I turn it on and off again and then it retracts. It's off, yet it's still drawing lines. Well, even if I wanted it all to be disconnected lines, it wouldn't have been. Okay. Thank you, Shadow. Kids born in 2015 turning double digits this year. Holy cow. My niece is over half my age now. That's blowing my mind. She's like... I have very distinct... Okay, I turned it off! I turned it off! Why isn't it... It's not working when I'm over here. Something about... It's gotta be like the sphere isn't... And now it's off again. There's something going on here. The Doodle Dome ain't Doodle Doming, everybody. That's okay. You know, I have the same issue with my Mr. Etch A Sketch. It's got, like, occasional stylus retraction issues. I think the stylus is a pretty sensitive piece of equipment inside of the dome. And it's, like, apt to have occasional issues of that nature. And I think it's partially related to me going counterclockwise. Like, I think the stylus retraction might actually be better. And now it's, like, really hard to turn. So for some reason, I'm, like, my stylus is way closer to the screen than it should be. I wonder if I push it back a bit, if that helps. No. No, there's something up with my stylus. Okay, now it's easier to... Nope. It's hard to turn. So this portion of the screen is probably not perfectly flush, you know, like perfectly centered. It is the Death Star. Yeah, another Utah. Yeah. You want to be my biggest fan? How many Utahs are in a Death Star? Only my biggest fans know that information. Alright, I'm trying something different. I'm going down here. Okay, we've got 2 more. Let me see what it's looking like over here. We've got a skinny one. A little skinny one. Okay, see, now it's working again. So I had to, like, go a different route. This is the kind of stuff that happens on Etch A Sketch rather often, everybody. I have to, like, really work with the internal components. And that sometimes means it's so much easier to turn this part of the screen, too. That sometimes means that you have to, like, get creative and go really roundabout ways to accomplish something because the mechanics of the toy are just not, like, properly functioning. See? Now it's working again. Isn't that weird? Ain't that bonkers? May the 4th be with you as well, Mad. You're sculpting a tooth out of wood? That's cool, Sabine. I'm 32. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. And then we're coming. Hey, see? This part of the screen. That's the problem. It's this portion of the screen. Beep, oh man, I gotta skedaddle. We got 2 p.m. plans. I am not good with warnings. Okay. Now I have to do the bottom of the Death Star. Dag nabbit. Okay, this time I'm starting things how I want to start them, though. First, we're going to get back on this track, and I'm going to try to, like, emphasize the circle. There we go. May the 4th be with you as well. There we go. And all right, everybody, time for the next big question of the stream. How old are you? How old are you if you're watching right now? Let me know. How old are you? What type of people are the scariest? That's a strange question to ask. I don't know. Enjoy your homework, moderators. Now we are drawing the bottom, and you can barely see it, so I'm gonna phone it in more. Boop, 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 boop. It's actually more sparse down here, too, so that's actually kind of cool. Oh, there's a big piece. Happy Star Wars Day to you as well, Custody. You're youngish? What, define youngish. What does that mean? I do like Stranger Things. Season 1's my favorite season. I like the later seasons, but nothing compares to Season 1. Season 1 was a work of art. There we go. We've got an upside down Utah situation down here. You can't even tell. What plans am I talking about? We're going to a house viewing. We've been house hunting for 6 months, and we have a 2 p.m. house viewing. Ooh, I feel such tension down here. Like, an aggressive amount of tension. Holy cow. I don't even know if I can finish over here. This is insanity. This is... That is, like, tight. First 3 seasons had the exact same storyline. It got boring. Yeah, season 1 was a work of art. Season 1, I feel honestly like it could have just been season 1. You know? Like, I think that would have made it... Season 1 was so good. Season 1 was too good. Season 1 was so good. Okay, so we're finishing here. It's a reference to Star Wars. When Leia was asked what happened to Death Star plans when she gets captured, she asked what they mean. The ball reminds me of a Death Star. It is a Death Star. Did I miss a comment and read it out of context for you? Oh, what plans are you talking about? I see. I see. I get it, Emmanuel. I see. You guys want to hear something really embarrassing? There's only one movie I've ever fallen asleep in theaters to watch. I've only literally ever fallen asleep in a movie theater once in my entire life, and it was watching Rogue One. In my defense, the day before, I had returned from an international flight from Europe. It was either Europe or Tokyo. It was somewhere where I would have had a lot of jet lag, and it was the day after my return. I fell asleep. It's the only time in my life I've ever fallen asleep in a movie theater. And it was watching Rogue One. And when I tell that to Kyle, I think he's considered divorce on multiple occasions. We're not even married. But it has been a divorceable offense. Yeah, I gotta give credit to season 4 for that. It's a good point. It's a really good point. Have you all been properly pondering the orb today? I need you all to tell me what you've been pondering. I need to know. The only movie you fell asleep in the cinema was The Big Sick. I loved The Big Sick. I loved that movie. That movie, I made Kyle watch it. It takes place in Chicago, so I was incredibly, like, biased. Also, one of my acquaintances, his art is in the movie. Amazing artist. I mean, acquaintance is a loose term, but we're like mutuals on at least one platform. I've been a fan for years and years before The Big Sick came out. His shout out to Cape Cod Illustrations. He does a lot of Chicago architectural work, and it's really incredible. And I recognized his work immediately. I was like so stoked to see it. I loved The Big Sick. The joke, oh my gosh, there were so many. I love Kumail Nanjiani. Kumail Nanjiani is one of my favorite comedians. I think his delivery is so amazing. He's so good. He's so good. And, yeah, I really, I loved that movie. Oh, that's so funny. You went with your brother, and he woke you up to leave early. He was bored too? Oh, I'll tell you a movie I walked out of. There's only one movie I've ever walked out of. I just went and sat at a bench by the bathrooms because I just couldn't get into it. I hated The Lighthouse. I hated it. I hated that movie. Frickin' hated it. I feel like that movie was like, this is like, I don't know, for the boys only. I can't believe my friend managed to drag me to that movie. I frickin' hated it. I hated The Lighthouse so much. You've been pondering a TED Talk speech. I like that. I like that a lot. A specific TED Talk or like your own TED Talk? Yeah. I can't... that movie... The movie was very intense. It was black and white. It was just... It felt like you were eating your vegetables the whole time. Okay, we're almost done with the flippin' Doodle Dome Death Star. This is turning out really cool. I'm actually having a good time. You can hardly see what's going on at the bottom. I'm sorry. I can't really angle it down there any further, but troll, I like that. May the 4th be with you as well, Emmanuel. Okay, we're gonna just make this one arbitrarily bigger, because this is taking so long. And thanks for all the fish. Ba-dum-bum. Hey, William, thanks for tuning in. I am Etch A Sketching the Death Star for Star Wars Day. And I said Etch A Sketch, you gotta have it. I guess I'm doodle doming. If you really want to get specific. The pedants in the chat would concur that doodle doming is the proper term. Okay, there's like a large break here. I'm just gonna make a big ol' yeah. Oh, we're finally coming around the mountain when she comes. Drop some mountains in the chat. She'll be driving in a hot rod when she comes. She'll be blowing up the Death Star when she comes. She'll be Etch A Sketching, doodle doming, hanging out. I was about to swear, but I won't on a YouTube live stream. It looks like it partially erased some of the lines here from the retraction of the stylus and the rotation. Your own TED Talk, Healthy the Youth about gang intervention. That's amazing! That sounds like a very valuable TED Talk to give. See, look, it erased like half my lines here. What's going on here? Let's see if I could rectify that. Yeah, I can kinda. Let's bring it back. Alright, we have finished the doodle dome. Retracting the stylus. Bringing it back to center. Yeah, when I pop it back. Here we go. We're doing the full tour, baby. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. This looks so cool. I'm definitely going to post a video about it. I've got to run and go do that, but I'll flip the camera, say some final words, turn on the light. You're catching pajama etch for a moment here, so bear with me. I do not play Roblox. I can confirm that. We're going to pause the music. Wherever it is. I lost the music. Found it. Okay. Flipping the camera right around. Hello, everybody. Ugh. I should probably take a shower, too. Ugh. I am Jane. I'm Princess Etch. I'm wearing my 2000 Fire Prevention Pals shirt that I got for participating in a school assembly on fire safety in elementary school. So, how is everyone doing? Hope you're having a good day. May the 4th be with each and every one of you. I had fun doing some Etch A Sketch drawings today, and I hope you had fun watching them being made. So, the pedant is missing. There's no pedants in the chat. However, can we properly have an internet argument? So sad. Thank you again to everyone joining in. I had a fun time, though, and I'm going to go and eat breakfast and get ready and make a quick video that I'm going to post right now on YouTube and other platforms if I'm able to do so, where I can show everybody how the Doodle Dome Death Star turned out. So thanks again for joining in. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day, night, wherever you happen to be in the world. Please join the Discord if you haven't yet, if you'd like to be informed about future streams. ! Discord will unlock that experience for you, and I hope to catch you all next time. So, you like my hair? You like my shirt? Can you like? I'm a little confused about that comment. Okay. The Etch A Sketch necklace, I'm not wearing it right now. Did I get your gift? Oh, you know what? Okay. So if you sent I'm checking right now. I'm so glad you asked, because if it's sent through, I did. Oh my gosh. You're incredibly sweet, Brandon. Thank you so much. I just got a $100 donation from Brandon. Can we drop some W's in the chat from Brandon? That is so incredibly sweet of you. I'm glad that you reminded me, because I have 2 Zelle accounts. The personal Zelle account goes to my Yahoo, and my Yahoo I don't have notifications set up for, so I have to go and manually check the... Thank you so much for that. I am so incredibly touched. Thank you so much, Brandon, for the amazing support. I am so honored and grateful, and I'm excited for the next streams. This is I'm really excited to post a video about the Death Star too. Like, I think it turned out really cool. It's got a lot of textural qualities about it that really fit with the Death Star. So let's kick Mateo right before I end the stream. If a moderator could go ahead and mute them for all the L's instead of the W's. I said W's. I did not say L's. I do not appreciate any dissent regarding Brandon's support. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I ruled my streams with an iron fist, dagnabbit. And to anyone who's just now joining in, I appreciate you sticking around. I feel bad that I'm just about to end the stream. Maybe having my face in front of the camera helps occasionally, but yeah, someone was jealous. I mean, I'm a nice fan. But I'm gonna go eat breakfast now, and I hope to catch you all next time. Join the Discord if you haven't yet. It should be linked in the description of the stream as well. It's always there if you need to find it. So thank you, Joyce, for the final compliment, and I'm signing out. Peace out, everybody. Bye.